Hey there, and thanks for stopping by to check out what's new. This month, we're going to take a look at the new Audit Log Report, which gives you insight into changes made to your Farmbrite records. We'll also take a look at some updates and improvements to the way your tasks work, and then view an enhanced way for you to see how much inventory you have in storage. We'll also see some new fields that we've added to custom reports, and a change that we've made to livestock breeding records. All right, let's take a look. The first thing that you'll notice the next time you log into Farmbrite are the new icons in the upper right navigation. You'll see that the Quick Add menu is now represented with a green plus button, and that your system settings are now a gear icon. These work in the same way that you are familiar with, but they now more closely align with the Actions button used in the Farmbrite mobile experience. So if sometimes you use Farmbrite on your phone out in the field, but also sit down at the office computer once in a while, you'll now see the same icons in both places. Now let's take a look at the Audit Log Report. Have you ever looked at a record in Farmbrite and wondered who made the last changes to it? Perhaps you spotted a mistake, or maybe you saw an efficient improvement and want to know which one of your farmhands had such a great idea. You can now access an Audit Log Report in Farmbrite to see the changes, who made them, and when they were made. To access the Audit Log Report, navigate to Reports, Standard Reports, and you'll see the Audit Log under Admin Reports. I want you to be immediately aware that the Audit Log Report is available to admin level users with a Farmbrite Premium subscription. These logs start on February 1st, 2024, and are kept for 90 days. If you upgrade to a premium subscription to utilize this feature, your logs will start at the time you upgrade. As we scroll through this report, you'll see that the audit log tracks many different aspects of your Farmbrite system. We encourage you to check out our help article for a full list, but overall, the logs are recorded when records are created, updated, or deleted. You'll see tracking for your warehouse, livestock, tasks, accounting, equipment, plantings, grow locations, your map, custom reports, inventory, contacts, budgets, and a lot more. The logged records will track what was changed in an update under the Details link. You'll see when the update occurred, who did it, and have a link to the record. We'll see all the fields that were updated with their previous values, and then the changes made and the new data. For this recently birthed goat, we can see the birth weight was updated, we've added its coloring, filled out some custom fields, given it tracking IDs, and added information about its tag. So as an example, if we later realized that the goat was incorrectly tagged, and there was a discrepancy between the numbers shown in Farmbrite and the actual tag on the animal, we could then track this back to Chris making the update at this date and time, and maybe ask him for more information about the situation. The audit log is shown chronologically, but if you're looking for something specific, you can search or filter. When we click Filter, we can search by date, event type, and user. If we clear the filters, we can search for specific records. There's our goats, but we can look up plants or equipment and many other options. If you'd like to save a copy of this report, you can download it into a spreadsheet or print it, where you can physically print it on paper or save it as a PDF. Now let's take a look at some of the recent changes we've made to Farmbrite tasks. When you create a task, you've always been able to assign a due date for when the task should be completed. If you didn't set a specific time that it was due, Farmbrite would have seen the task as being due by the start of this day, and thus showed it on the calendar at the end of the previous day. We've updated this so you have the whole due date to work on it, and now need to complete it by the end of that day. We've also updated your planting tasks. You might recall that when you create a planting, Farmbrite can automatically create tasks for your seed start date, planting date, and harvest date. But if you use this, you may have forgotten to check that box from time to time and maybe missed some of those tasks. We've now created a way to automatically create these tasks per crop type. If we go back to the details for our broccoli, you'll find a new checkbox to automatically create tasks for new plantings. Now the next time we plant this crop, those tasks will automatically be added to our task list. And that is on an individual crop type basis. Maybe we want it to automatically create the tasks for these broccoli plantings, but maybe we don't need them for the leafy greens we plant. You can check that box on any crop type that you need the tasks for. And last thing with the tasks that you have for your crops are now directly linked to their plantings rather than taking you to the field that they're planted in. We think this should help you more easily add treatments, soil amendments, and harvests for your individual plantings. Now let's move to the resources section and choose inventory and review a new way for you to see what's available in your inventory. Take a look at our goat feed as an example here. We can see 19 pounds available and a new field for 89 pounds currently stored. Let's click into here to see the difference. Today is February 2nd as I'm making this video, and I've scheduled repeat feedings for our goat herd over the next week. We're feeding this small herd 10 pounds a day, and right now, as of today, I have 89 pounds currently in my warehouse. However, when we take those future scheduled feedings into account, 10 pounds a day over the next 7 days removes 70 pounds from that current inventory, and we see that even though that bin might look full today, we really only have 19 pounds available. Tomorrow, after feeding another 10 pounds to the herd, the current amount would decrease to 79, and less 10 each day beyond that. This can help you know what is currently in the bin right now, in case you have to adjust your feedings, or if new animals were added to the herd that needed to be fed. Now let's move over to the report section and choose custom reports so that we can see some of the new fields that we've added to our crop reports. We heard that adding seedling information to this report could be helpful, so you'll now find more fields to start your seedlings, and then additional information about your trays as well. This can help you keep track of your seed starts as you nurture them before you put them in the ground. The last new feature that we're going to take a look at for this month is related to livestock breeding. Specifically, we've updated the system to not include dam genealogy when using embryo transfer as a breeding method. Because the surrogate female does not share any genetics with the new animal, when you record a birth, you'll see that her dam information is not automatically populated into this menu. You can still select one if you want, but the surrogate will no longer be automatically added. When we save the animal, we'll see that the new birth is not added to the surrogate's offspring tab. And if we look for that new animal, we'll see the sire added, but no genealogy inherited from the surrogate mother. All right, that takes us through everything we wanted to look at for what's new in February. Reach out to us if you have any questions. We're always glad to help.